Welcome. I'm Oscar Mario, and in this video, I want to talk to you about this is a special video because I want to know from you about if you like these stories that I am telling you because it really helped me a lot knowing about the Hinduism religion specifically, and in the same way, understanding about the Shaolin way of living, right? The Shaolin Temple in Europe and Asia as well, and it helped me a lot. And why is it the Hinduism and in the other hand is the Shaolin? I will try to explain to you how it teach me like a lot. And again, if you find this video useful, let me know so I can create more content about this, specifically about Shaolin or the Hinduism, right? The religion and how it really helped me a lot to understand about life itself and about myself as well. So let's start about Shaolin first, okay? It really helped me a lot during a special time during my personal crisis. Right, I have already shared my story that I went to college and I have all these studies and specialization, everything, guys. I went to college because I wanted to help my mom and dad. I wanted a better life, and that's what it's supposed to be, right? You go to high school, to school, then college, and that's then a job, and that's how life was presented to me. And but it seems that it wasn't that easy in finding a job eventually. And even though I was involved in several jobs. I work at HP and Subtech, and um, I have all these experiences, and then I face my dream life, my with the United Nations, and corruption happened, right? And they fired me, and they didn't pay me, and I went into a crisis. This is the crisis that I mentioned. And what helped me a lot? Well, of course, that helped me a lot about Nightingale, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy, great, amazing people about personal development. That's right, personal development. I didn't knew anything about personal development until I find out about those gentlemen, and my life really gave me another point of view, less brown, of course, and it is not over until I win, and because I definitely needed those motivation, those conversation at some point of my life. In that point of my life, when I wanted to create a company now, and I truly believe that I was receiving like some signals, some messages, like this was my path. But I found out that eventually, because I saw these videos about with Jack Ma. They fired him. He was the last, even though they didn't want it in KFC, right? And McDonald's, I believe so. He was never selected, and um, and he has this quote or this phrase that says that today is difficult, tomorrow will be like extremely difficult, but after tomorrow will be beautiful. And I was like catching up those quotes. I was like, following those quotes and kind of understanding that all those great people, Brian Tracy, great entrepreneurs, it wasn't that easy. It was about struggle. So life is was presented to me in television, in Instagram, social media, right? Like everything is so easy, but it's not. It is not, and this is the principal message about the Stoics, right? But then what happened? Because it was not only about Nightingale, Bob Proctor, all these great people, motivators that helped me a lot. I found out about the Shaolin and how they had been living with these teachings, and those teachings helped me a lot, really, because it's about persevere. The same thing about the book Think and Grow Rich that helped me a lot as well. So the same message that you need to persevere and resist and right, and if you have this dream, you need to keep it and keep going, and even though when the hearts are getting tough, that's from the book of Think and Grow Rich. But I was finding the same teachings with the Shaolin. Specifically, I thank so much the Mulligan brothers for spreading this content around the world, because that was how I found out about the Shaolin teachings. And so it just helped me because it was the same. It was the same. It was like the life was telling me to just don't give up. That was the message. There is no option here. You need, this is like your path. That was the other thing that I find out, because um specifically I the master Ji from the house Shaolin Temple Europe, he mentioned this. He mentions about the path that is presented to you, that you start receiving this so-called call, you start receiving those messages after you have failed and failed and failed and failed so much in life. Eventually you got it, you start receiving the messages. What messages? Well, you start meditating, spending time alone, and you start finding out a lot of things about yourself. And so I started seeing these great ideas about creating a business, about different buying real estate, and a lot of different ideas that I wasn't in the past even thinking about it. So that's how really the Shaolin way of view helped me. And again, guys, if this is a subject that you would like me to share more a little bit, I will do so, because I really love Shaolin, even though I haven't been training um, in the physical, even the mentally in the Shaolin Temple. The teachings is basically for me the same. Is basically the same, and they understand. Right, based on Taoism, that we got the night and then the date, and everything is circulating, and with our thoughts we create the war, and the same teaching about Think and Grow Rich. And so it was pretty much connected again. And for me, the main lesson was about not give up and understanding more about the body. Even though you hear from Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy as well, that you need to keep the body healthy, and the body, and about relationships and what you are eating and everything. I found out the same teachings with the Shaolins. And before entering with the Hinduism, let's say, teachings, or what I have learned with the Hinduism religion, uh, spiritual. We find out this in with the Catholic or Christian religions about Jesus, that the body is the temple of the spirit. So I found out the same with the Shaolin way of living, and they appreciate the body. It's a connection with the body and the mind, and the same picture that we understand based on other great people, amazing people that study the mind since 1934. And so there is a connection between the body and the mind, the body and the mind. And the Shaolin, they have been teaching this about how is everything about the mind, um, with what are we feeding our minds, and with our thoughts we made the world. It's not that easy to understand at first. And about patience as well, and everything takes time, and it's about persevere. You need to keep on going, and understanding about the heart as well. And the same thing in the book Think and Grow Rich, that subconscious mind behaves as a heart, as the emotional mind. So again, I was having the same teaching. It was so amazing to understand, even though have a great respect with the Shaolin way of view, because they train a lot. They really train the physical every single day. They don't miss out a training, and they keep their self in in the Shaolin monastery, and because they face restrictions. And that was another group, another way of understanding in my life when again I was in this some sort of crisis, and because I was broke and I just couldn't do anything, right? And so I learned about restrictions. That's right, restriction. You need to restrict yourself, right? You need to become something else. So that was something that I was learning, and again I was getting more physical every single day. I wasn't missing training, and about the present moment, right? About honoring the present moment, every single thing that you are doing right now. That's the same view of Shaolin. That's what I learned. And so, again, I love the combination of both teachings that helped me a lot. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you. I really hope that you find it useful as I did. And now let's talk about intuition or the religion or spirituality in the India, right? That's the region, and I love it so much because so I first I found out Think and Grow Rich, right? And all the teachings around Think and Grow Rich and the people talking about the mind and personal development or however you want to view it, right? And then the Shaolin. And then life was presenting me about the Hinduism spirituality, and it was so amazing. I recommend this channel. Well, I learned a lot from this YouTuber. It is in Spanish, but it is called, I just want to mention him because his channel is amazing. Is Universe, Hindu Universe, I believe so, is the call. And I learned from this person a lot, a lot. And based on the teachings, I was understanding about his principal god, Shiva, the god of destruction, or however you want to see it. I see Shiva like something totally different. I cannot explain to you. Then we got Vishnu, the protector or preservator of the universe, and then we got Brahma, which is the creator. And so those three are the principal three, let's say, identities of the para Brahman, which is the principal um, identity of the tree. Let's say it that way. And so this is so profound. I cannot even just share what I have learned with Hinduism. But the idea is that um, Shiva or Vishnu or Brahma, they behave, they share this identity that we humans are to encounter while we um, take this journey on this earth or this lifetime or whatever we want to see it. Right? For in one hand we got Brahma, which is just creation of the creator, and then we got Vishnu, which is the protector, and and Shiva. Why destruction? And why these three gods are seen like good ones, right? There are no bad. We need Vishnu, which is represented to come to Earth to incarnate several times, actually, to protect the Earth. At some points, in it is called that Krishna. It is an avatar from Vishnu, and then we got other avatars from Vishnu, and but that's the idea. The idea is that Vishnu incarnate on the earth to protect when the demons or the bad energy or however whatever we want to see it, or just when they are needed the most. um Vishnu is presented, and again, this is like some way of just understand life, because life is about creation, it's about protection, right? And then we got the destruction. And what it means with Shiva for me is that everything is it is created, and everything has an end, right? But it is in with its end that a new beginning starts. And so Shiva, it seems like the absolute, and seems like this person with it is also always meditating, always in silence, always in silence. And I just love that picture because to be honest, I just before my 26, my 27s, I have never meditated. Never. Like, I even tried to just quiet and try to enter peace and do it for real, no, for real. Meditating for real, dedicating on a daily basis to just to try to to stop the mind, to calm the mind. And again, it comes to me all the lessons from the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius explained that you need a calm mind and then strength, right? And Epicurus and Seneca, all these great philosophers talking about the mind, about being calm, being relaxed, because they knew even all the experience of their lives that life is movement, life is about crisis, and a lot of things happens that can bring us just disbalance or worries, fears, unnecessary, right? Because we suffer more imagination than reality. So, so understanding about the Hinduism, I realized that more about something more spiritual, to just trying to calm the mind, be more relaxed, and meditation as well. And I cannot explain that I just have this relation, this enhance now with spirituality more, thanks by understanding or learning about the Hinduism, which I really love those ideas. Uh, and the idea is that the divine is always there to support us, even though in the most stressful or difficult times that we will ever face. That's the main idea, that the only companion in those struggles, in those difficult times, will be the divine. And the divine seems as of again, we see Shiva as the destructor, and Vishnu as the protector, and Brahma as the creator. But it has more meaning. It has more meaning, because it just a way of saying of in Shaolin, with the with the same teachings. Those are just teachings, and it's supposed to bring you some kind of understanding about life with the same teachings. So with the stories of the teachings that is told about the different stories about Vishnu and Shiva, because there is lots of stories, the Bhagavad Gita, and trying to bring you some understanding about this real life, and of course the connection with the divine. And it kind of explains you that yes, you will face challenges, that you need to understand that even if you haven't understood that in the past. And so, but it's in those challenges that we at the end find out the divine, right? Your last companion. That's it. Nobody else was perhaps there, but there was something, the light, the divine. And so I just wanted to share those stories with you. If you again, if you would like to share perhaps more about this, I will definitely share more videos, because I really would love to share more in depth about Shiva, to about Vishnu specifically, because there are so great mystery and powerful on those stories that the divine is trying to teach us. Truly, that's how like the divine is trying to teach us a lot of information based on those stories, and that's what I really learn and again develop in the character. So it's about resistance, and it's about pursuing, and it's about just don't give up, right? And eventually, God, the divine will, smiles back to us because we got the courage to follow our dreams or follow our passions, even though after we face something difficult, something real difficult. And I just want to finish this video. Just I have been right now. I remember these teachings from the master Shaolin. If something is presented to you and it is there, you can have it right at this at the same time that it's living. You need to learn about detachment. That's something that I really got from the Shaolin teachings about understanding about when we lose something and when we gain something, and that's how about that's life. Life give us something, and then life took us away something from us. So I was learning again from the this lesson from Shaolin about the restrictions, about the body, about keeping the body healthy, and the relationship between the mind and the body. That's the same thing that I found out with the lesson from Think and Grow Rich, from Bob Proctor, from Ernst Nightingale. The same thing. I'm Oscar Mario, and thank you.